welcome back to Nature Moment. Do you truly understand the mysterious and brutal world that lies beneath those deep blue waves? Beneath the gentle waves lies an entirely different world. A place where survival is a fierce battle between enchanting beauty and unyielding brutality. Each coral reef sparkles like vibrant jewelry, serving as a stage for the colorful dances of tropical fish. But it is also a deadly maze for the vulnerable. In the depths of the dark water, where light never reaches, strange, bioluminescent creatures quietly bob up and down, like ghosts in the ocean night. But who is truly the ruler of this endless green kingdom? Is it a great white shark with a bite that can crush cold steel? Is it the killer whale, a super strategist and the ultimate predator of nature? Could it be the Greenland shark, the old man who has silently roamed the depths of the ocean for centuries? Let Nature Moment guide you on a journey to the depths of secrets, where the predators of the ocean are preparing for an unprecedented confrontation. Click follow, share your thoughts below, and now let's get started. Most of us know that whales are the largest mammals in the ocean, but do you know how long they can live? The bowhead whale can live up to 200 years. The blue whale typically reaches an age of around 90 years, while the sperm whale lives for about 70 years. However, when their life cycle comes to an end, the journey of a whale does not conclude as you might think. Their true journey has only just begun. This is a process that has existed for thousands of years, known as whale fall. In 2009, a research team from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute discovered a whale carcass at a depth of 1,250 meters on the Clat High Slope. Even 14 years later, its skeleton remains the heart of an ecosystem, where hundreds of deep-sea species gather to take advantage of the remaining energy. In 2019, scientists also discovered the remains of a whale at Davidson Seamount in Monterey Bay, located at a depth of 10,500 feet. Just 4 months after sinking, the site has attracted crabs, fish, worms, octopuses, and many other shellfish. A completely self-sustaining ecosystem has formed from the departure of a giant, transforming a barren sea into an oasis of life. The great and mysterious predators of the ocean not only come to feed on whale carcasses, but also serve as guardians of balance, ensuring that the cycle of life continues indefinitely. Whale Fall, a place where what seems like an end becomes the foundation for a new generation of life. The word ocean originates from Oceanus, the ancient god in Greek mythology. The ancient Greeks and Romans revered the mysteries of the ocean and all the life within it. Let's explore this inspiration and continue our journey to learn about the rulers of the ocean. Ancient people believed that Oceanus was not a vast body of water, but rather a gigantic river encircling the world. Indeed, the ocean covers 71% of the Earth's surface, and when viewed from space, the deep blue of the ocean overwhelms the greens and browns of the land. A vast expanse of water, covering more than 361 million square kilometers, embraces the continents, flows through deep trenches, and carries within it the origins of life on this blue planet. There is no precise evidence to determine when liquid water first appeared on Earth, but scientists have discovered traces of ancient oceans deep within the Earth's crust. In the Greenstone Belt region of Greenland, there is a type of rock known as pillow basalt, which forms when lava erupts underwater, and its age has been determined to be up to 3.8 billion years. This indicates that water was flowing on Earth at that time, and possibly even much earlier. Some rock samples from the Greenstone Belt in Quebec, Canada, have been dated to be as old as 3.8 billion years, while another study estimates they could be as ancient as 4.28 billion years. If the ocean existed before this time, all evidence may have been erased by tectonic activity. The constant movement of the Earth's crust has reshaped the planet's surface over billions of years. A hypothesis proposed in 2020 suggests that the oceans may have existed from the very beginning. According to this model, water did not come from comets or asteroids, but was already present in the materials that formed the planet when the young sun emitted only 70% of its current brightness. A dense atmosphere, rich in greenhouse gases, has kept the Earth from freezing, allowing liquid water to exist, even when sunlight is much weaker. The ocean has continuously reshaped, separated, and merged through the cycles of the Earth. The activities of tectonic plate movement, post-glacial recovery, and the rise in sea levels have reshaped coastlines and ocean basins over billions of years. At one point, a global ocean may have covered nearly the entire planet, with no land emerging above the water during cold climate periods. Meanwhile, the ice sheets and glaciers have expanded, retaining much water in the form of ice, causing the oceans to shrink and exposing a lot of new land. Conversely, during the tropical period, around 125,000 years ago, when the climate was warmer, sea levels were approximately 5.5 meters higher than they are today. Over millions of years, these changes, not only from nature but also from other influences, have had a profound impact on the development of life and the environment we see today. The Earth is not just a planet, It is also a place where water and land constantly interact, creating a vibrant universe that is always changing. Let's continue to explore the wonders of the ocean, the origin of all species, and delve deeper into their impact on nature. Over the course of millions of years, the Earth has gone through many warm periods, during which sea levels rose as much as 50 meters. This change is not only a thing of the past, but also extends into the future. Global temperatures are rising, and the ice is melting in Greenland and Antarctica at the fastest rate since the appearance of humans. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, have estimated that if all the ice at both poles were to completely melt, global sea levels could rise by 65 to 70 meters, causing many of the world's largest coastal cities to be submerged. The Earth will not disappear due to climate change, but its shape will change, just as it has over billions of years. Currently, the oceans cover about 70.8% of the Earth's surface and hold nearly 97% of the total water on the planet. If the Earth were divided into two halves, one half of water would encompass a large portion of the ocean, while the land half would concentrate most of the continents. This distribution divides the ocean into 5 major regions: the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. The largest ocean is the Pacific Ocean, covering about 46% of the planet's water surface, with an area of up to 165,540 square kilometers, larger than all the landmass of the Earth combined. Its volume is estimated to be up to 714 million cubic kilometers, accounting for 50.1% of the total water in all the oceans. The massive ocean currents glide through this vast expanse, creating impressive circulation patterns. The center of half the country and half the land is located in this ocean. The ocean's extreme point, also known as the pole of inaccessibility, is the farthest location in the ocean from any land, and it is also part of the Pacific Ocean. Point Nemo, located 2,688 kilometers from the nearest coastline, is even closer to the International Space Station than to any human living on Earth. The average depth of the Pacific Ocean is about 4,000 meters. But in some areas, the depth exceeds this level significantly. The Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench is the deepest point measured on the planet, reaching a depth of 36,280 feet. Not far away, the Serena Trench has a depth of 10,714 meters, while the Horizon Trench in the Tonga Trench plunges down to 10,823 meters. These areas are beyond the reach of sunlight, where the pressure exceeds 1,000 times that of sea level, and the temperatures are so cold that only the most specialized organisms can survive. Nestled among the warm waters of the Pacific Ocean is the Great Barrier Reef, one of the most astonishing natural wonders that we must protect and preserve for future generations. This marvel is not only a habitat for thousands of marine species, but also reflects the rich biodiversity of the ocean. Let's explore this wonderful world together and understand that our actions today will shape a sustainable future for aquatic creatures and for ourselves. The largest ocean in the world, and also the largest coral reef system, stretches over 2,300 kilometers along the coast of Australia. It is home to more than 1,500 species of fish, around 400 species of hard corals, and thousands of other marine creatures. These creatures create a vibrant and lively ecosystem, blending together in the heart of the Pacific Ocean. The weather and global climate are also profoundly affected by this ocean, where the El Niño phenomenon causes sea temperatures to rise in the central and eastern regions of the Pacific, leading to droughts in some areas and heavy rainfall in others. Conversely, the La Niña phenomenon cools the ocean waters, leading to stronger hurricane seasons and unusual weather changes. Another ocean, smaller yet equally significant, is the Atlantic Ocean. Covering an area of 85,130,000 square kilometers, this ocean accounts for 17.7% of the Earth's surface and 24% of the world's ocean area. From a map, it appears as a body of water shaped like an S, stretching between two continents and divided into the Northern Atlantic and Southern Atlantic by the equator. Some definitions extend the boundaries of the Atlantic Ocean to Antarctica, where massive icebergs break off from the frozen Antarctic ice sheets and drift into the frigid depths. The winds and ocean currents have turned the Atlantic Ocean into a circulatory artery of the planet. The mountain range in the Atlantic Ocean, the longest underwater mountain chain on Earth, extends over 16,000 kilometers, running through the ocean from north to south. This is one of the most dynamic geological boundaries on Earth, where the oceanic crust is continuously expanding, pushing young basalt blocks outward on both sides. At these locations, the hydrothermal vents release towering columns of black smoke filled with minerals, sustaining a thriving ecosystem without the need for sunlight. An intriguing phenomenon that you will explore in the next part of this video. Currently, the Atlantic Ocean is renowned as the center of events that have shaped the history of humanity. For thousands of years, it has been regarded as the greatest barrier between two worlds. The ancient Greek philosophers referred to it as Atlantis Thalassa, meaning the Sea of Atlantis, which pertains to the waters beyond the Pillars of Hercules, now known as the Strait of Gibraltar. For the first explorers, this ocean was a land without maps, a sea full of mysteries and dangers. But in the year 1492, when Christopher Columbus crossed these waters, the Atlantic Ocean opened up a new era, the era of exploration. This is the time when European powers such as Portugal, Spain, France, and the United Kingdom used this ocean to expand their territories, establish trade, and build colonies along both shores. The Indian Ocean, with its strategic position on the world map, deserves attention. and a deeper exploration of its richness. With an area of up to 7,560,000 square kilometers, the Indian Ocean accounts for about 20% of the Earth's total ocean water. This ocean is situated between three continents, encompassing the ancient lands of Asia. Its average depth is about 12,300 feet, but at certain points, the ocean floor plunges deep into enormous abyssal trenches. The underwater mountain ranges and the curved ocean floor formed by hotspots serve as evidence of the youthfulness of this ocean in the geological history of Earth. Beneath the surface of the water, the mountain ranges between India, the Southeast Indian Ridge, and the Central Indian Ridge continue to expand, creating underwater mountains and deep ocean valleys, demonstrating the ongoing changes in the oceanic crust. As the warmest ocean on the planet, the Indian Ocean serves as a climate regulator for the entire globe. The climate here is heavily influenced by monsoon winds, creating wind patterns that shape rainfall and temperature across vast areas of land. For thousands of years, this ocean has been the lifeblood of civilizations. From the dhow boats gliding across the waves from Arabia to India, carrying spices and gold, to the journeys of the Portuguese, British, and Dutch fleets during the colonial era. The trade route across the Indian Ocean was the lifeblood of the maritime Silk Road, where prosperous trade between Asia, the Middle East, and Africa flourished for many centuries. Today, it still holds a central position in global trade, especially for oil and gas, as important shipping routes like the Strait of Hormuz and the Strait of Malacca have become key transit points for the world's energy supply. In the heart of every ocean lies a colossal symphony, where each wave's rhythm echoes the sounds of millions of years of formation and transfer. Silent yet powerful ocean currents are weaving the global climate, nurturing life from the darkest depths to the brightest coral reefs on the planet. And even though it may seem motionless on the surface, each ocean is a world in constant motion, a place where the history, life, and future of humanity intersect like an unending tide. Meanwhile, Namdwong is separated from the rest of the world by powerful ocean currents and the strongest winds on the planet. Unlike other oceans, the borders of the Southern Ocean are not defined by land or islands, but rather by a body of water that is in constant motion, an endless whirlpool driven by the ocean currents that circle Antarctica, the strongest current in the world's oceans, carrying approximately 173 million cubic meters of seawater every second around the Antarctic continent. With an area of 21.96 million square kilometers, the Southern Ocean is larger than the Northern Ocean, but still smaller than the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Indian Ocean. The Southern Ocean plays a crucial role in the global circulation of heat and salt. The reverse circulation process of the Southern Ocean acts like a gigantic pump, pushing cold water deep into the ocean and distributing oxygen-rich water to other areas within the ocean. Moreover, Nam Duong is also a massive carbon reservoir that helps regulate greenhouse gases on the planet. Let's delve deeper into the mysteries and values of the Indian Ocean and the Southern Ocean, where the vitality of nature harmonizes with great historical narratives. The audience can imagine themselves amidst the towering waves, bidding farewell to the ancient traders returning from long voyages, seeking opportunities in the vastness of the ocean. Let's explore and protect the invaluable resources that the ocean provides for humanity. Dioxide, an important compound, contributes to the absorption of a significant amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and plays a crucial role in slowing down climate change. Meanwhile, on the opposite side of the planet, the Arctic Ocean surrounds the Arctic, the coldest place on Earth, covering an area of 14.06 million square kilometers. Although it is the smallest ocean among the 5 oceans of the Earth, its role in the global climate regulation system is undeniable. Beneath the thick layers of ice, slow-moving ocean currents flow by, accompanied by winds from the Arctic blowing southward, shaping the climate for half of the world. When combined, all 5 oceans create the largest ecosystem on the planet. According to research by the International Association of Biological Sciences, it is estimated that at least 2.2 million species exist in our ocean. However, currently only about 240,000 species have been officially described, highlighting the shortcomings in ocean exploration. More than 90% of the habitable space on Earth lies beneath the surface of the ocean, where coral reef ecosystems, despite covering only 0.1% of the ocean's area, support up to 25% of marine species. More than 33,000 species of fish swim in the waters, accounting for about 50% of the total number of vertebrate species on Earth. More than 130 species of marine mammals, ranging from tiny creatures to the largest giants, inhabit these vast waters and play a vital role in the ocean ecosystem. Not only do they maintain the balance of the food chain, but they also contribute to the natural carbon cycle. According to a study by NOAA in 2024, marine mammals have the ability to absorb tens of millions of tons of carbon dioxide each year, storing it in their bodies and helping to mitigate the impacts of climate change. The ocean's surface unfolds like a gigantic mirror, reflecting the sunlight and the constant movements of the underwater world. This is the boundary between 2 worlds, where the atmosphere meets the ocean. Organisms that live on the surface, known as nosten, create a small yet incredibly essential world within the ocean food chain. Golden seaweed drifts throughout the ocean, creating areas without coastlines where thousands of species depend on it for survival. Just beneath the surface of the clear ocean, sunfish drift lazily, showcasing the wonders of marine life. Submerged in sunlight, these sunfish exhibit unique behaviors, such as basking to enjoy the warmth. This very habit has contributed to their English name. Scientists believe that this action not only helps regulate body temperature after deep dives, but also allows seabirds, such as albatrosses and petrels, to remove parasites from their skin. There are other hypotheses suggesting that sunbathing helps them quickly absorb heat and recover energy before continuing their journey to hunt in the deep sea. The sunfish is an opportunistic carnivore, primarily consuming small fish, squid, and crustaceans. They can also eat seagrass, utilizing food sources from different water layers, from the surface down to the ocean floor. Although typically residing near the surface, sunfish do not confine themselves to shallow waters. Adult individuals often dive deeper than 200 meters, and sometimes they have even been recorded diving as deep as 600 meters in search of food. However, they have a certain temperature limit. If they are trapped in water below 12 degrees Celsius for too long, they may become disoriented, weaken, and ultimately be unable to survive. A creature more magnificent than the sunfish is the basking shark, the second largest shark in the world, which can reach lengths of up to 26 feet. With its massive body and enormous mouth, it has the capacity to swallow an entire stream of water. When summer arrives, the ocean currents bring nutrient-rich water close to shore, and bull sharks often appear near the coastline, sometimes even venturing into narrow bays and brackish waters. They swim with their mouths wide open, using their enormous gill slits to filter out all the tiny organisms floating in the water. An individual measuring 5 meters long can filter up to 450 tons of seawater per hour and has captured millions of crustaceans in a single sweep. When necessary, they can dive deeper than 910 meters, utilizing the deep water layers to search for food. In the frigid winter, when the amount of plankton at the surface decreases, the bull shark does not hibernate like many other fish. Instead, it continues its journey into the deep sea. There, zooplankton also thrive, becoming an important food source. However, the pinnacle of the ocean food chain belongs to the great white shark, one of the most notorious hunters of the sea, an ancient warrior that has existed for millions of years. The existence and way of life of these animal species not only enrich the ecosystem, but also provide us with numerous lessons on adaptation and survival in the harsh environment of the ocean. Let's explore the wondrous world of the ocean, where stories of strength and grace among various species of animals are always waiting for us. We are living in a wonderful world of deep oceans and mysterious creatures. Among them, the great white shark, a symbol of strength and mystery, is one of the rulers of the ocean. Beyond the enormous size of its ancestor, the megalodon, the great white shark dominates the oceans not only due to its sheer size, but also because of its ability to move freely throughout. They can swim thousands of miles on unpredictable journeys. Some individuals that were monitored swam from the coast of California all the way to Hawaii, while other sharks migrated from South Africa to Australia. No one can know exactly where they go each winter. They only know that they always return, following a cycle that has been deeply ingrained in their instincts for millions of years. Their world stretches from temperate waters to tropical regions, existing from the shores of California to the frigid areas of South Africa, from the coast of Japan to the deserted islands of Australia. There is one fundamental rule that governs our journey: to seek out energy-rich prey for survival. The current carries seals, seabirds, fish, and sometimes even the carcasses of whales, a perfect feast for the great white shark, a predator that never doubts or hesitates. Great white sharks do not solely rely on speed and strength to hunt. They also possess a secret weapon, the ampullae of Lorenzini, a network of electroreceptors that allows them to detect the heartbeat of their prey, even when it is buried beneath the ocean floor. Even in complete darkness, or when visibility is obstructed, just a single pulse is enough for them to locate the target with near-perfect accuracy. The muscle structure of sharks allows them to reach speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour, faster than any seal. With more than 300 sharp, serrated teeth arranged in multiple rows, they continuously replace lost or damaged teeth, ensuring that each bite can penetrate the thick skin of large prey. When hunting, great white sharks attack from below, lunging with a biting force of up to 1,826 newtons, crushing bones and muscle in an instant. Their jaws generate the second strongest bite force in the animal kingdom. With large elephant seals, prey that can weigh more than a shark, the great white shark is in no hurry to finish the hunt. A bite to the lower body will immobilize the seal, preventing it from swimming away. Blood from the prey flows out, signaling to the shark that it just needs to wait to savor what nature has provided. The prey may weaken and eventually fall, but the great white shark does not always hunt. When a whale carcass sinks to the ocean floor, the scent of the whale's blubber spreads through the water, attracting sharks from several miles away. This turned into a week-long feast where a shark measuring 14 feet long could survive for 1.5 months by eating 30 kilograms of whale blubber. No energy expenditure, no risk, just simply taking advantage of what the ocean provides. However, even top predators have their enemies. When a large shadow glides across the surface of the water, the balance of power shifts immediately. Even the great white shark realizes that it is no longer the king. The ocean world has never ceased to captivate, a place where the strongest creatures also harbor profound mysteries about life and survival. The more we explore, the more we realize that nature is not only a stage of power, but also a deeply humanistic portrayal of adaptation and balance. If you also feel that beauty, let's continue the journey of exploration with Nature Moment. There are still countless wonders waiting ahead. The only creature capable of hunting great white sharks is the killer whale, or orca, a supreme predator of the ocean, possessing strength, intelligence, and top-notch hunting strategies. When an orca spots a great white shark, it does not attack thoughtlessly. Instead, it surrounds the shark, blocking all escape routes, continuously circling to create psychological pressure. When the moment came, it dove beneath the shark and thrust upward, flipping it over precisely. In a state of immobility, the shark becomes completely paralyzed, unable to resist, its body floating helplessly in the cold water. The sharp teeth of the killer whale may not be as strong as the bite of the great white shark, but they attack with deadly precision, targeting the liver, which is rich in energy. In just a few minutes, the shark was torn apart. The killer whales left the scene, leaving behind a cold void. After the relentless pursuit by the orcas, the great white sharks vanished from the area for months, as if they understood that the ocean was no longer safe. If there is a creature that demonstrates extraordinary curiosity and intelligence, it is the killer whale. They not only hunt, but also play, communicate, and even learn different dialects of various whale pods. With a brain weighing 5.4 kilograms, the largest among marine animals, they rely not only on instinct, but also on strategy, learning from one another and passing down hunting techniques through generations. The terrifying power of the killer whale does not lie in its strongest bite or fastest speed, but in its perfect accuracy. Instead of relying solely on brute strength, they use echolocation, emitting sound waves and analyzing their surroundings. Echoes from the ocean, mysterious hunters, are silently tracking their prey, even as it hides in the darkness or beneath the deep ice. From a depth of 200 to 1,000 meters, we arrive at the mesopelagic zone, where sunlight cannot reach. Here, the wide-mouthed shark employs a vertical migration strategy, moving from a depth of 1,000 meters to the surface at night to hunt for prey. They use bioluminescent organisms from their bodies to attract prey. Encounters with this species of shark are rare, with only about 100 specimens recorded, making them one of the most mysterious shark species in the world. Deeper still, the ocean expands into complete darkness, creating the benthic zone, where mysteries continue to await human exploration. When you dive to a depth of 4,000 meters below the ocean's surface, the air becomes cold, with temperatures ranging from 32 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit. The pressure here is extremely harsh, capable of crushing any creature that is not adapted to these severe conditions. Creatures living in the depths of the ocean must glow in the dark through the biological ability of bioluminescence. The journey continues deeper into the abyssopelagic zone, where there is no sunlight, only coldness, and creatures that have evolved to withstand extreme pressure, hundreds of times greater than at the surface. In the deepest depths of the ocean, the hadal-pelagic zone extends from 6,000 to 11,000 meters, where the Mariana Trench, the deepest known point on Earth, plunges a staggering 10,994 meters below sea level. The pressure here is over 1,000 times greater than at the surface, forcing all living creatures to evolve in the most unique ways. There are no hard bones here, no gas-filled bladders, only flexible bodies capable of enduring the relentless pressure of this harsh world. Life at depth not only exists, but also thrives in unimaginable ways. Creatures living near hydrothermal vents no longer rely on sunlight. Instead, they gather energy from streams of sulfur-rich gases that emerge from cracks in the Earth's crust at temperatures reaching 400 degrees Celsius. These tiny ecosystems have the ability to survive for centuries, sustaining species unknown to humanity in one of the planet's unexplored frontiers. Between the rock formations and the kelp forest, the giant Pacific octopus glides through the waves, each tentacle gently brushing against the soft sand, sensing the vibrations from the world around it. They are masters of camouflage and strategy in the deep ocean, having evolved over millions of years. This creature has an extremely flexible body, capable of squeezing into any gap smaller than the size of its eye socket. In the cold waters of the North Pacific, From the shores of Alaska to depths of 2,000 meters, the Pacific giant octopus hides in the darkness, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Its long tentacles, enveloped by pairs of powerful suction cups, are always ready to snatch up prey in an instant. The Pacific giant octopus is one of the largest octopus species, with an arm span of up to 32 feet and a weight exceeding 600 pounds. The story of the creatures living in these mysterious depths provides us with a clearer insight into how life exists in the harshest and most unique conditions of the ocean, inviting us to further explore the unsolved mysteries in places where light never reaches. But beyond its impressive size, the large brain of the giant Pacific octopus, with more than 300 million neurons, not only concentrated in its head, but also distributed throughout its tentacles, allows each arm to process information independently. Each tentacle has the ability to think independently, make decisions, and respond without needing signals from the central brain. This octopus has the ability to learn, from opening bottle caps to using tools, and even remembering escape routes in a maze. In the captive environment, some individuals have dismantled expensive equipment, opened the tank valves to escape, and even identified specific staff members in the laboratory. Hiding in the deep darkness of the ocean, the giant Pacific octopus primarily lives in dim conditions, moving only when absolutely necessary. It blends into the coral reefs, changing its color and skin texture in just over a second. When the moment arrived, it burst out of its hiding place at an incredible speed, shooting water through the siphon to move quickly. But when there's no rush, it simply crawls across the sand, leaving delicate traces that only the most experienced predators can notice. The hunt is not merely a chase, it is a game of strategy and precision. The giant octopus approaches its prey with utmost caution. The tentacles slowly extend, gently tracing the hard shell of a crab or lobster, sensing even the slightest movements. When the prey is within reach, it tightens its grip with an incredibly strong force, using its suction cups to hold on tightly, leaving the prey no chance of escape. In just a few seconds, a powerful nerve toxin is injected, paralyzing the prey and dissolving the tissues inside its hard shell. A creature once protected by armor has now become an easy meal. In addition to crabs, shrimp, clams, snails, and octopuses, the Pacific octopus has also been noted for its ability to hunt small sharks. In areas containing animal remains known as middens, there is a collection of shells and bones from previous meals. Scientists have discovered the remains of a shark, clearly demonstrating that this predator is unafraid to confront stronger hunters when necessary. Furthermore, at the bottom of the ocean, where nutrients are scarce, life continues to exist through three main energy sources: sea snow, the process of chemical synthesis from hydrothermal vents, and cold seeps. Among them, the event known as whale fall is the most miraculous. When a whale dies, its life does not end. Instead, it becomes the foundation for an entirely new ecosystem. The body of the organism sank to the ocean floor like a meteorite falling into eternal darkness, carrying hundreds of tons of organic matter. The giant corpse became the focal point of a rare gathering, its signals spreading through the cold waters, stimulating a biological wave in the depths of the ocean. From afar, the opportunistic sea beggars, attuned to the chance for survival, began the feast. The foul odor seeped through the cold waters, spreading far and gently infiltrating the highly sensitive olfactory system of the Greenland shark. The Greenland shark is recorded as one of the longest living animals known to science. Through the process of analyzing carbon isotopes in their eye tissues, scientists discovered that their average lifespan is at least 272 years, with the oldest individual estimated to be nearly 400 years old. This means that some Greenland sharks appeared during the early days of sailing ships crossing the Atlantic Ocean, existing for centuries before humans began to understand their existence. With vision nearly severely impaired due to the parasitic copepod Omatocoeta elongata attaching to its eyes for many years, the Greenland shark does not rely on sight to hunt for prey. Instead, they rely entirely on their sense of smell, capable of detecting even the slightest vibrations in the water. When deep-sea sharks are hunting, Japanese spider crabs patiently wait. Although they cannot compete with sharks or hagfish, they are perfect scavengers, collecting the remaining debris. With legs reaching 12 feet long, slender yet powerful, they extend like giant arms, searching for every tiny fragment in the darkness. Beneath the silent layers of sediment, every small movement of the spider crab seems to awaken memories of lives that once existed. At what seems to be the end point, life quietly resurrects from the ashes of death, like a strange symphony between destruction and rebirth. And in that profound silence, the ocean whispers an eternal truth. Death is merely the beginning of a different form of existence, one that is deeper and more enduring. As the strands of muscle and pieces of tissue gradually fell away, the spider crab quickly seized them, skillfully cutting each piece with its sharp claws, transforming what remained into a valuable source of nutrition. The whale carcass not only provides food, but also creates a shelter, a temporary ecosystem that attracts many other small organisms due to its decomposition process. The giant spider crab from Japan makes the most of this. After the phase of the mobile beggars, when the whale carcass is no longer a solid mass of flesh, the larger beggars will leave, leaving only a bare skeleton on the cold seabed. The phase of opportunity no longer unfolds amidst chaos, but transitions into a new cycle of life and death. Life beneath the sea now unfolds at a more leisurely pace, as small and resilient creatures gradually reclaim the abandoned territories. This stage can last from a few months to 4.5 years, depending on the size of the whale and the surrounding environmental condition. The nutrients from whales are not only found in their skeletons, but have also permeated the surrounding sediments, creating a nutrient-rich layer where bacteria thrive. Delicate biofilms began to cover the bones of the whales, transforming them into more vibrant structures rather than mere remnants of the past. Organisms that feed on sediment moved slowly, gradually consuming the organic matter that had settled in the deep offshore mud. Meanwhile, the situation of overfishing continues, making the problem even more serious. The future of the ocean and the living creatures within it depends on our understanding and immediate actions. Let's come together to recognize and protect the precious life underwater before it's too late. The severe decline of marine species is occurring at an alarming rate. Orcas now have to travel far to hunt for food due to the disappearance of salmon populations, while sand tiger sharks are losing their natural food sources as smaller fish are overfished. At the depths of the ocean, creatures that rely on whale falls may soon lose their essential food source as the number of whales declines due to illegal hunting and ocean pollution. Amid these unpredictable fluctuations of the marine ecosystem, a significant question arises. Can the magnificent creatures of the sea continue to adapt as they have for millions of years? The answer is still waiting to be written down. But if we do not take action right now, there may come a day when the story of the deep sea is only recorded in the pages of faded books, speaking of a time when the ocean was whole, rich, and full of mystery. In this challenging context, scientists, governments, and environmental organizations are racing to save the ocean. The Ocean Cleanup, an environmental technology organization based in the Netherlands, has deployed large-scale plastic collection systems, removing hundreds of tons of waste each year from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Bleached coral reefs are being restored through recovery projects, such as Ocean Ecost Structures, which develops artificial coral systems that mimic natural structures to attract marine life. The bio-boosting system technology is being implemented to enhance the resilience of coral against climate change. Strong policies are also being promoted, and marine conservation areas are being expanded globally, with the goal of covering at least 30% of the ocean by 2030. Hotspots such as cold seeps and hydrothermal vents in the deep sea are currently being protected from the risks posed by deep-sea mining. A new study from the IPCC indicates that limiting mining at the ocean floor could reduce the risk of biodiversity loss by 30%. But is that enough to prevent an ecological crisis? The conservation efforts from organizations and governments are not enough without action from each individual. We can start with small but meaningful changes, such as reducing the use of single-use plastics, participating in beach cleanup activities, and supporting environmentally friendly products. Choose sustainable seafood, minimize waste, and raise awareness in our community. The ocean has nurtured us. Now it is time for us to protect it before it is too late. If you have ever dived into the ocean and witnessed the marvelous creatures, feel free to share your knowledge and experiences in the comments section below. Each wave that crashes onto the shore carries not only the call of the ocean, but also a message about the responsibility we hold to preserve the fragile yet wondrous life of this planet. As you observe the journeys of wolves in the wilds of Yellowstone, or the pods of whales diving deep into the Pacific Ocean, remember that you are a part of a greater story, the story of the connection between humans and nature. The natural world does not need us to save it. It needs us to understand, appreciate, and accompany it. If you feel your heart gently stir at the sight of that pristine beauty, then it's time to join Nature Moment in writing new adventure chapters, where each video is a doorway to wonder, and every viewer is an essential companion on the journey to explore and protect our Earth. Don't just stand by. Please come in, and to naturally touch upon the most beautiful part of you. Are you ready to face the most terrifying creatures lurking in the darkness? Here, there is no room for weakness. Only the strongest can endure in the whirlwind of life and death. Let's explore this wild nature through the Wild Kingdom, Animal Documentary Channel, where the battles between life and death are vividly and authentically captured. Let's begin exploring this mysterious world and reach the deepest, darkest corners of the ocean. Let's join Nature Moment on a journey to explore the wild, where nature reveals all its harshness and beauty. Stay tuned for the video to witness the unforgettable moments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the most authentic footage of spectacular survival battles. In the past, the ocean was regarded as the heart of Mother Nature, a gift from the Creator. Nepal, a country renowned for its incredibly rich biodiversity, is situated between the two Asian giants, China and India. a baby elephant has passed away. This is not an uncommon story in these lands. The unique terrain of Nepal stretches from the Terai region, which is only 60 meters above sea level, to the majestic peak of Everest, standing at an astonishing height of 28,848 meters. This is not only the place where all life on this planet was born, but it also sustains the vital rhythm of the world. Interestingly, we know more about the moon, hundreds of thousands of kilometers away, than we do about the ocean depths right beneath our feet. Nepal is divided into 3 distinct geographical regions: the Himalayan range, the Pahad Hills, and the Terai Plains. When the dry season prevails, no species is safe. It is a place where dolphins play among the waves, whales sing, and millions of creatures create a symphony like a magical performance of nature. The dry, harsh air and wind only make the ground crack even more. This extraordinary diversity compresses ecosystems and climates within less than 125 miles, transforming from lush tropical forests to peaks of eternal snow. Nepal takes pride in being home to more than 208 species of mammals, 900 species of birds, and thousands of plant species. A vibrant testament to the creative diversity of nature, as if it were crafted with a sacred purpose. The sparse patches of grass burned brightly under the scorching sun, and the herd of animals was forced to gather at the last remaining water sources. This rich ecological environment has an invisible connection that links everything from the food on our dining tables to the water we consume to the fresh air we breathe. All of it originates from the endless power of the ocean. Every 100 kilometers, the climate, terrain, and flora and fauna change dramatically, creating unique wonders that cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. The ocean still holds many secrets that nature has never revealed since the beginning of time. The water here is not just a source of life, but also the final hope for everyone. In southern Nepal, the Terai region stretches out like a lush green ribbon, gently embracing the foothills of the majestic Himalayas. Just beneath the waves lies the surface layer of the ocean, where life bursts forth with incredible power. Water is a precious resource, and in nature, every drop of water carries vital value. However, in the harsh environment of savanna, hope always comes hand in hand with danger. Sunlight not only illuminates, but also nourishes the first forms of life. This is not an ordinary land. It is a priceless gift from nature, where life thrives harmoniously alongside breathtaking landscape. The Terai region is vibrant and beautiful, with vast tropical forests, tranquil rivers, and lush green meadows. The heart of this ecosystem is the tiny creatures that we often cannot see, plankton. The murky waters become a stage where life and death meet. These tiny particles, smaller than a grain of sand, are floating in the clear water, serving as the foundation of all underwater life, producing 70% of the oxygen on Earth through the process of photosynthesis. More than all the forests on land combined. When animals fight for every drop of water, predators wait for their opportunity. In New Zealand, there is a dolphin named Moko who guided a mother and her baby stranded sperm whale back safely to deeper waters. The stories of its bravery are truly remarkable. This act of rescue also demonstrates the compassion that animals can possess, contributing to ecological conservation. Dolphins have been seen protecting swimmers from shark attacks. They swim around and even confront the enemy to drive them away. In Brazil, dolphins are often spotted playing with humpback whales or even with dogs swimming near the shore. This is not just a game, but a demonstration of communication skills and emotions that go beyond what we can imagine. This interaction demonstrates their ability to form connections not only with their own species, but also with other species, showcasing the power of empathy in nature. Dolphins are among the most intelligent animals in the ocean, and their intelligence goes beyond mere survival instincts. Their brains, which are relatively large, contain diamond-shaped cells similar to those in humans, related to emotions and empathy. Science has shown that this brain not only helps dolphins think and learn, but also allows them to express deep emotions and connect with each other in sophisticated ways. This special brain structure explains the ability to cooperate, strategize, and even experience grief over the loss of a team member. Nature has created each creature with the ability to love and connect in ways that transcend reason, clearly demonstrating the mark of goodness and perfection. The sounds of dolphins, including whistles and clicks, are truly the language of the ocean. They use it to communicate, recognize each other, and even remember their lifelong companions. Research shows that dolphins can recognize the distinctive whistles of their friends, even after many years apart. This ability not only demonstrates their social nature, but also reflects the remarkable memory of these creatures. In nature, they live in large groups, sometimes numbering in the thousands, forming supergroups when there is an abundant food source. The relationships within the group are extremely dynamic. They help each other and care for injured members by keeping them afloat so they can breathe. However, not every story about dolphins is sweet. Sometimes, the males engage in fierce battles to win the attention of a female. The scars on their bodies are marks of these fierce battles. These actions not only demonstrate the competition between them, but also reflect a part of the unique identity and culture of dolphins. With their distinct colors to attract attention, these whales bring seaweed or branches as if they were gifts to win over their mates, even beneath the waves. The art of conquering and communication flourishes with vibrant energy. The largest creatures on the planet move quietly, leaving an unmistakable mark. The whales, the true kings of the ocean. When talking about the largest creatures to ever exist on the planet, none surpass the blue whale, the true monarch of the sea. With a length of up to 30 meters, equivalent to 3 buses lined up, and a weight exceeding 200 tons, the blue whale is a remarkable achievement of natural design. With its unique body structure, each part of the blue whale holds untold secrets of the ocean. Its heart, the source of energy pumping blood for this giant creature, is the size of a car and weighs over 600 kilograms. Each time it beats, it can pump about 220 liters of blood throughout the body, with the power of an industrial machine. This is not only a demonstration of strength, but also a testament to the survival capabilities of whales in the harsh environment of the ocean. Now imagine a sound so powerful that it shatters the silence of the ocean and echoes for 500 to 600 miles. That is the call of the blue whale, one of the loudest sounds ever recorded in nature, with an intensity reaching 188 decibels, surpassing even the noise of a jet engine and serving as an essential communication tool in the depths of the ocean. This sound is not just noise. It is a language that expresses their emotions and purpose in life. But that sound is not just noise. Blue whales use their calls to search for mates, sending messages that even the vastness of the ocean cannot hinder from reaching one another. They transform sound waves into connections, something that humans can only admire. Research shows that communication through sound is a way for animal species to maintain and strengthen relationships among members of the group. Beneath the deep waves, the call of the blue whale resonates like the heartbeat of the ocean, profound, slow, and powerful. These sounds, at extremely low frequencies and inaudible to the human ear, travel thousands of miles across the ocean. Although they do not sing like humpback whales, their calls have a clear purpose: to communicate, navigate, and connect with other members of their species in distant oceans. Research shows that blue whales can identify other individuals solely through sound, indicating that they possess a high level of social awareness. Blue whales do not require elaborate rituals to affirm their deity. Remember that just beneath the calm waves lies a world full of mysteries waiting to be explored. As the gatekeepers of the ocean, blue whales maintain the balance of the marine ecosystem, contributing to the lives of millions of other species. Although they are enormous in size, the survival of blue whales depends on tiny creatures. Every day, an adult blue whale can consume up to 4 tons of food. Imagine this as a person eating 64,000 meals in just one day. The way they make a living is just as impressive as their size. When swimming through dense schools of fish, the blue whale opens its mouth wide to gulp up to 90 tons of water in a single go. Their unique filter, made from mouth plates, helps retain small organisms for food while simultaneously returning clean water back to the ocean. During each feeding season, blue whales store energy for their long migrations, traveling thousands of miles without needing additional food. They embark on epic journeys across the sea, moving from cold, nutrient-rich waters to warmer seas to spawn. Despite weighing hundreds of tons, these giants can reach speeds of up to 31 miles per hour, faster than many modern cruise ships. If the size of an adult whale has amazed you, then the baby whales bring even more surprises. At birth, a baby whale was about 7 meters long and weighed around 2.5 tons. Thanks to the fat-rich breast milk, which is 10 times richer than cow's milk, baby whales can gain up to 90 pounds each day during their first year of life. Just after 12 months, they were ready to face the challenges of the vast ocean, reaching enormous sizes and contributing to the survival of the species. However, despite those wonders, the blue whale is facing a serious risk of extinction. The 20th century witnessed large-scale whaling that nearly wiped out the species. Currently, there are only about 10,000 to 25,000 blue whales left in the world, making them one of the rarest species on the planet. The blue whale, the gentle giant of the ocean, is not only a symbol of strength, but also a testament to the fragility of nature in the face of human impact. If we do not take action today, will the majestic sound of the blue whale still echo in the heart of the ocean? Or will it forever become a symphony that has fallen silent? Leave the number 9 if you also appreciate the magnificence of blue whales, and join Nature Moment in exploring more of the marvelous mysteries of the natural world. The notable neighbor of the blue whale is the humpback whale, regarded as the artist of the ocean. Measuring between 12 and 16 meters and weighing around 36 tons. They are famous not only for their graceful movements, but also for their wonderful songs. Under the brilliant sunlight of the ocean, a spectacular scene unfolded. The surface of the water suddenly erupted as a massive humpback whale leapt out, twisting gracefully in the air. Their enormous bodies curved into a perfect arc, and in an instant they fell with tremendous force, causing the ocean to tremble. The sound of the collision echoed like the resounding drums of the sea, drawing all eyes toward it. This is the language of humpback whales. They express their strength while sending messages to their kind, some of which may be miles apart. Each jump and dive can reach heights of up to 5 meters, which also helps remove parasites from their skin. Research shows that jumping onto the water's surface is not just a simple display behavior, but it can also be an important natural cleaning method for the health of whales. From the depths, another melody emerged. All the males in the same area chorused, singing the same song in unison. It is a complex sequence of notes lasting from 10 to 20 minutes and repeating multiple times. Researchers have discovered that these melodies are not random. The social system of humpback whales indicates that they have the ability to learn and share musical knowledge, making them artists in the ocean world. The sound of these songs changes from year to year, and interestingly, they quickly spread from one group to another, creating a global music network. The sound structure of these songs is truly extraordinary. The melodies can travel up to 3,000 kilometers underwater, connecting groups of whales over great distances. But this is not just simple communication. These songs represent a culture. Humpback whales belong to species that have the capacity for cultural creativity, similar to humans and some primate species. Every year, artists travel across these oceans, living closely connected to different bodies of water around the world. They migrate more than 8,000 kilometers from the cold, food-rich waters of Antarctica to the warm, peaceful seas to breed. Our favorite destination on our migration journey is the Bahia coast in Brazil. Every breeding season from July to November, Bahia becomes a magnificent natural stage for humpback whales. During this time, thousands of humpback whales gather in the waters near the Abrolhos archipelago in Bahia. This area is ideal, with warm, shallow and protected water, perfect for mothers caring for the next generation. Here, it's easy to see mothers and their young children, the little giants of the ocean. When a newborn humpback whale is born, it is about 4 to 5 meters long and weighs over 1 ton. Thanks to the extremely high fat content of breast milk, they grow rapidly, preparing for the long journey back to the cold waters of Antarctica. Research indicates that whale milk not only nourishes, but also contains antibodies that help boost the immunity of the calves. Mothers care for their children with patience, teaching them how to swim and even communicate through their songs. In one of the beautiful beaches of Bahia, the melodies of the whales resonate across the ocean like a global symphony. Despite their enormous size, humpback whales perform spectacular leaps, bursting out of the water like talented artists. The little baby whales, still small compared to their mother, always swim close by, practicing jumps and mimicking every movement of their mother in the clear waters of Bahia. For the people of Brazil, the coast of Bahia is not just a tourist destination, but also the setting for one of nature's most miraculous stories: the journey of survival, love, and the continuation of the life cycle of humpback whales. It's not uncommon to see tourist boats surrounded by curious whales, which often approach to take a closer look. Sometimes they even dance next to vehicles, performing to receive applause from the human audience. Although they are symbols of the ocean, humpback whales once stood on the brink of extinction due to hunting in the last century. causing their population to decline to only about 10% of the original total. This emphasizes the importance of conserving marine species to protect biodiversity. We often forget that the ocean holds countless mysteries yet to be explored. In reality, the ocean has never been a completely safe place. In addition to their impressive performances, humpback whales are also masters of the art of hunting, employing a unique strategy known as bubble netting. A group of humpback whales dives to the ocean floor, swimming around schools of fish or krill. One of them began to release a stream of bubbles from its breathing hole, forming a massive wall of foam around its prey. When the bubbles rise, fish or krill become disoriented and are pushed toward the center of the net. This hunting method not only demonstrates the intelligence of whales, but also showcases how they cooperate with each other in the wild. At this moment, the entire group will simultaneously advance from below, wide-mouthed, devouring an entire feast, while filtering water through their feeding structures. A single attack can yield thousands of fish or hundreds of kilograms of krill in just one meal. Within the group, each whale plays a specific role in this strategy. Some create bubbles, while others produce sounds to lure in prey, and all of them coordinate perfectly to achieve maximum effectiveness. That is precisely why collaboration among individuals is not only important in nature, but also in establishing sustainable ecosystems. Although humpback whales are not the fastest swimmers, when faced with danger, they can accelerate up to 17 miles per hour to escape from predators like sea lions. Their secret lies in their sophistication and survival skills developed over millions of years of evolution. This is a perfect example of how species develop special skills to adapt and survive in the harsh environment of the ocean. The enormous pectoral fins can reach lengths of up to 5 meters, which is about 1/3 of the total body length. They not only provide powerful propulsion, but also allow for impressive movement. These fins are designed for fast and efficient swimming, allowing for quick movement, direction changes, and the ability to swim backward, all with remarkable precision without solely relying on the tail. Despite their strength and superior swimming abilities, humpback whales face one of the most intelligent and dangerous predators in the ocean, the orca, commonly referred to as the killer whale. These crustaceans are not only sharp hunters, but also possess superior social intelligence, allowing them to work together to hunt more effectively. With their superior intelligence and impressive group hunting abilities, orcas do not just hunt for survival. Each attack transforms into a flawless strategic performance. They can swim at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, making them fearsome predators in the marine environment. What truly makes them formidable is not only their speed, but also their meticulous tactics and perfect teamwork. In fact, the orca is truly the largest species of dolphin in the world, reaching lengths of 8 to 10 meters and weights of 6 to 8 tons. Their gigantic size does not diminish their agility, allowing them to catch prey, even the fastest in the ocean. Unlike many other marine animals, the orca does not rely solely on speed to hunt. Your intelligence is your greatest weapon. For example, killer whales tend to target young whales or weak adult whales, demonstrating a form of hunting that highlights their strategic capability. A common tactic of theirs is to split into small groups. They even use powerful tail swipes to create waves that destabilize their prey. This collaborative behavior demonstrates how group motivation can play a crucial role in the success of your hunt. However, the encounter between humpback whales and orcas does not always result in victory for the predator. Sometimes, the humpback fish takes the initiative, attacking the killer whale with its enormous pectoral fins. The grand clashes between these ocean giants lead to vibrant survival battles, where the balance between predator and prey is constantly tested. Unlike humpbacked whales that only eat mollusks, sperm whales have an extremely diverse diet. They are dubbed the top predators of the marine ecosystem, hunting a variety of prey from small fish, squid and seabirds to larger mammals such as dolphins, sea lions and even sharks. Recent studies have shown that orcas stand out among the few marine predator species that hunt sharks, particularly favoring great white shark. This behavior promotes the idea that they have the ability to take down even the largest creatures in the sea, using unique tactics such as flipping sharks upside down to induce a state of calm and facilitate capture. A state of paralysis known as tonic immobility occurs, followed by a focus on the nutrient-rich liver as their main reward. These giant creatures possess exceptionally high social intelligence. They use various sounds such as calls, whistles, and splashes to communicate and locate each other. Each group of killer whales develops a distinct dialect, a unique language that is only understood by the members of that family. Living in close-knit family units, they often stay together for their entire lives. The blue whale, with its enormous size, reminds us of the great power of nature. And their journeys through the waves are stories that nature has been telling since the dawn of the earth until today. Amidst the waves and the sunlight reflecting on the water's surface, sea turtles quietly embark on one of nature's most remarkable journeys. They are tireless travelers, covering distances of up to 8,000 kilometers to accomplish the greatest mission of their lives: to reproduce and ensure the survival of their species. From the moment they are born on the quiet beaches, tiny baby turtles, no bigger than the palm of your hand, must face a fierce race for survival. Only about 1 in 1,000 can survive to adulthood. The most miraculous thing is that after decades of wandering the sea, they return to the exact place where they were born to complete their life cycle. Even without a map or clear direction, sea turtles find their way thanks to their incredible abilities. They use the Earth's magnetic field as a natural positioning system. In the body of every sea turtle, there is a perfect biological compass. However, sea turtles are not only tireless travelers, but also play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of marine ecosystems. With each bite from the green sea turtles and leatherback turtles on the seagrass beds, they contribute to the healthy growth of these underwater plants. These grasslands not only provide shelter for countless marine species, but also absorb up to 35 times the amount of carbon compared to tropical forests, contributing to global climate balance. Minimizing climate change at coral reefs, sea turtles play the role of natural guardians, controlling sponge populations to prevent them from dominating and hindering the growth of corals. Without turtles, coral reefs, which are home to more than 25% of marine species, would face a serious decline that will pose a threat to the balance of the entire ecosystem. However, these guardians are facing a threat more dangerous than any natural predator: humans. Every year, more than 8 million tons of plastic are dumped into the ocean. Floating plastic bags, resembling jellyfish, a favorite food of turtles, have become deadly traps. A single ingestion of plastic can cause severe damage to a turtle's internal organs, leading to a slow and painful death. Reports indicate that more than 50% of sea turtles worldwide have ingested plastic at least once in their lifetime. Moreover, commercial fishing has inadvertently turned nets into deadly traps. Every year, tens of thousands of turtles get caught in fishing nets, unable to surface for air, and ultimately drown. They are disappearing at an alarming rate, and if we do not take action, the ocean will lose one of its most important guardians. From a height, satellite images show the ocean as the green lung of the planet, where sea turtles, coral reefs, and seagrass meadows work together to sustain life. However, the traces of plastic pollution, oil spills, and the decline in biodiversity are like ever-widening cracks in a masterpiece of natural art. Imagine an ocean without sea turtles, without lush green seagrass meadows, and without vibrant coral reefs. Just an empty ocean where ecosystems have collapsed. The light penetrates the clear water, illuminating the colorful coral reefs. A bustling city hidden beneath the sea. Coral reefs are truly islands in the ocean, where life shines more brightly than anywhere else on the planet. Although they make up only 1% of the ocean floor, they are home to about 25% of all marine species. Each square meter of a coral reef is like a vibrant neighborhood, where thousands of species coexist and thrive in harmony. In Brazil, the coral reef ecosystem of Abrolhos is an intriguing wonder, located along the southern coast of Bahia. Abrolhos is home to the largest coral reefs in the southern Atlantic Ocean. Coral reefs provide food and habitat for many species of fish, and they also protect coastlines from waves and erosion. Thus, their preservation is not only important for the survival of coral species, but also for many other organisms in the food chain. The cooperation and protection among species in this ecosystem help us better understand the importance of preserving their habitats. This place is not only a refuge for fish and mollusks, but also for larger species such as sharks and sea turtles. The Abrolhos reefs are famous for their unique structures, known as chaperos. Massive mushroom-shaped coral formations that rise from the ocean floor. These impressive shapes are not only visually striking, but also create three-dimensional spaces that provide shelter and food for hundreds of species of fish. Coral reefs play a crucial role in maintaining the biodiversity of marine ecosystems. Among the densely populated residents are parrotfish, a species that, while feeding on coral, inadvertently creates fine white sand, the material that accumulates on the beach. However, coral reefs are among the most fragile ecosystems on the planet. They are highly dependent on specific conditions, such as water temperature, salinity, and sunlight. Their sensitivity to environmental changes makes corals indicators of ocean health. Even small changes in ocean temperature can lead to coral bleaching, a process in which corals lose their vibrant colors and ultimately die. In Abrolhos, scientists have observed a decline in coral reefs due to rising water temperatures and pollution from the land. At the same time, ongoing conservation efforts are demonstrating the potential for natural recovery through scientific methods. Nevertheless, hope still exists. Thanks to human conservation efforts, the damaged areas of the coral reefs are gradually recovering. Along with establishing conservation programs and closely monitoring them, Abrolhos has been preserved as one of the most beautiful and biodiverse coral reefs in South America. Beneath the clear water where colorful coral reefs thrive, a miraculous relationship unfolds. Not just a struggle for survival, but also a special bond. In nature, clownfish, with their distinctive orange and white fins and the soft yet toxic tentacles of sea anemones, are one of the most striking examples of cooperation between species. Clownfish are usually small, measuring between 7 and 15 centimeters in length, and they often become easy prey for larger predators. Their small size and bright colors also help them avoid the attention of enemies. However, they found the safest refuge in one of the most dangerous places, among the toxic tentacles of a sea anemone. These anemones, with their powerful venom, can paralyze any creature that approaches, except for clownfish. Their secret lies in a special slimy layer on their skin, which contains a unique chemical compound that makes them immune to venom. Living among the tentacles, clownfish not only avoid predators, but also take advantage of this safety to reproduce and care for their young. The relationship between clownfish and sea anemones is not just a simple protective one. It is also a perfect example of the multidimensional interactions between species in marine ecosystems, highlighting the importance of symbiosis in nature. In this remarkable relationship, clownfish and anemones have developed a significant one-sided interaction. Clownfish become the loyal guardians of anemones, helping to fend off predatory fish like butterfly fish, which are one of the main threats to anemones. The movements of clownfish among the tentacles not only provide protection, but also enhance the flow of water around the anemone, increasing the supply of oxygen, something that is crucial in a calm marine environment. Each clownfish typically lives in a single anemone. Imagine a small family consisting of one male, one female, and several young ones. This is a prominent characteristic of their reproductive behavior. Interestingly, if the offspring die, the largest clownfish in the group will change its sex to become the new female, an incredible adaptation to ensure the survival of the species in the challenging environment of the ocean. In a challenging life, clownfish and anemones have found a way to help each other, protecting one another while contributing to the richness of the coral reef. Every creature, no matter how small, plays an important role in the grand tapestry of nature that God has created. However, this miraculous relationship is facing increasing threats due to climate change. The increase in ocean temperatures is causing coral bleaching, leading to the death of anemones and the decline of coral reef ecosystems. Without anemones, clownfish will lose their habitat and gradually disappear. In addition, overfishing and ocean pollution are also significantly diminishing their habitats. Clownfish, famous worldwide thanks to the movie Finding Nemo, are now facing a real threat of losing their homes and could disappear from the oceans without timely protective measures. In the quiet corners of the coral reef, amidst a vibrant and noisy world, there exists a tiny creature that plays an essential role: the cleaner shrimp. These shrimp are the diligent guardians of the ocean giants. With their transparent bodies and sparkling red and white stripes adorning their graceful forms. Although they may not make a strong impression at first, they are the ones that help maintain a healthy and balanced coral reef ecosystem. The famous cleaner shrimp has a unique role to remove parasites, dead skin, and small debris that cling to the bodies of large fish, such as grouper, eels, and even fierce sharks. Imagine a corner of a coral reef where large fish patiently line up to be cleaned by shrimp. This is a perfect example of symbiosis in nature, where both parties benefit from the relationship. They are waiting for service in a medical clinic. This is a cleaning station where the cleaner shrimp perform their essential functions. Here, the fish come not to hunt, but to be cared for. The most interesting thing is that the clean shrimp not only groom the fish, but also have a unique ability to communicate with their customers. They use light signals and scents to attract the fish that need to be cleaned. Research shows that they prioritize selecting larger and more influential fish in the ecosystem, as if they are choosing to serve the VIPs in the colorful coral reefs first. Although small clean shrimp are the silent doctors of the ocean, helping to maintain the natural balance that no laboratory can replicate. The symbiotic relationship between cleaner shrimp and various fish species is not only mutually beneficial, but it also serves as a remarkable testament to the wondrous connections within marine ecosystems. If a tiny creature like a shrimp can make a significant difference for the entire ocean, then every small action by humans can also contribute to protecting this fragile beauty. Amidst the vibrant coral reefs where sunlight filters through the clear water, there lies a shadowy world, often overlooked. Caves and deep crevices. This is the kingdom of Murray eels, the mysterious and fearsome predators of the ocean. Moray eels range in size from 1 to 3 meters, but species like the giant moray can grow up to 4 meters, making them one of the largest predators living in coral reefs. They develop a long and flexible shape that allows them to easily glide through narrow spaces in the rocks where other predators cannot reach. Their fondness for darkness is not a coincidence. During the day, moray eels often hide in crevices, revealing only their heads with vigilant eyes and slightly open mouths. But at night, they become silent hunters, using the darkness to approach their prey without being detected. One of the most impressive and terrifying features of moray eels is their double set of jaws and unique hunting strategy. They have 2 sets of jaws. The main jaw is used for biting, while the second jaw, known as the pharyngeal jaw, is located deep in the throat and comes into play. When the prey is caught, the jaws will open like a hook, pulling the victim deep into the mouth, making it impossible for them to escape. Small fish, squid, crabs, and even octopuses are potential prey for these relentless predators. Although they may look intimidating, morays play an important role in marine ecosystems. They are intermediate predators that help control populations of prey such as small fish and crustaceans. Without them, these populations could grow uncontrollably, causing severe imbalances in the coral reefs and affecting the entire food chain. Furthermore, morays do not always hunt alone. Research has documented cooperative hunting behavior between moray eels and mandarin fish. The groupers will signal the moray eels by swaying their bodies, inviting them to join in the hunt. This mutual relationship not only increases the chances of success in catching prey, but also reinforces the balance within the ecosystem that both species inhabit. They infiltrate the crevices and release their prey. The groupers are waiting outside to catch them. The collaboration between these species demonstrates a fascinating interaction within the marine ecosystem. However, as predators, seahorses also face their own dangers. They often become targets of commercial fishing or get caught in massive fishing nets. In addition, their habitat, the beautiful ocean and coral reefs, is facing ongoing threats from coral bleaching and pollution from the land. Interacting with people can also present various challenges. With their sharp teeth, a bite from an arowana can cause serious injuries, especially when they feel threatened. However, dragonfish do not intentionally attack humans. They only seek to protect themselves and often try to avoid conflict when possible. In the vast world of the ocean, survival is often a fierce and unyielding battle. But in this dramatic context, a fragile and full of drama story emerges from the blue waters, and it is the story of the seahorse. Every migration season, more than 250,000 individuals die, a large portion of which get lost in the treacherous waters of the Mara River. With its unique features and exceptional parental care, the seahorse stands out with its S-shaped body, tiny fins that flutter like fans, and a long tail that curls like a vine. However, what makes them truly unique is not just their appearance. This is the territory of the African crocodile, one of the most patient and fearsome predators in nature. Its massive body is perfectly camouflaged beneath the layer of mud, allowing it to wait for hours, even days, to launch its attack. Unlike most animal species, where females are the ones that become pregnant and care for the young, in seahorses, it is the males that take on this responsibility. During the breeding season, an elaborate courtship ritual takes place between the male and female fish. The body of the Nile crocodile is a masterpiece of nature. After selecting a mate, the female fish will lay eggs directly into the brood pouch located in the male fish's abdomen. The largest recorded crocodile measured 5.8 meters in length and weighed over 1,000 kilograms. It doesn't need to be flexible or agile to become the absolute ruler of the river. The pouch of a seahorse functions as a complete care and nourishment system. In fact, crocodiles are renowned for their extraordinary strength. Studies show that they can generate a bite force of up to 5,000 psi, strong enough to crush bones in an instant. Inside the bag, the eggs are supplied with oxygen, nutrients, and are safely protected from external threats. However, you can firmly hold the jaws of a giant African crocodile, which is completely true, but never attempt this. The bag also adjusts the salinity and temperature, creating an ideal environment for the development of the embryos. It truly is a loving home that provides care. The muscles responsible for opening its jaw are very weak, allowing a person to easily hold it shut. This shows that although crocodiles are powerful predators, there are also safe ways to manage them. Throughout this time, the male seahorse remains steadfast in its role, facing threats from predators such as groupers and small sharks around the coral reefs. After about 10 to 20 days, the most anticipated moment finally arrives. Dozens, even hundreds of baby seahorses appear, drifting along with the ocean currents. Even larger crocodiles can be controlled by wrapping duct tape around their jaws. However, the harshness of the ocean requires these young fish to confront predators from the moment they are born. The dry season does not weaken crocodiles. On the contrary, the dry season provides them with advantages. In small water sources, such puddles become natural traps, forcing other species to gather together. Statistics show that only a small percentage of them survive to adulthood, highlighting the harshness and brutality of nature in the preservation and development of species. 1 in 1,000 seahorses will survive to adulthood when sunlight no longer reaches them and darkness begins to dominate. The Nile crocodile does not need to move much. It just waits underwater. Crocodiles are very skilled at camouflage, making them fearsome predators. The deep waters have become a world full of mystery and danger. In this environment, the most fearsome predators of the ocean reign with supreme power, with sharks standing out as the undeniable kings of the depths. They hardly moved, their eyes tracking every small movement while their noses rose to breathe without ever surfacing. Seahorses are not only a masterpiece of nature, but also a symbol of perseverance and the sacred bond of fatherhood amidst the vast ocean. When the moment to attack arrives, it can explode with a speed of up to 25 miles per hour, an incredible achievement for such a large creature. But can this unique beauty endure forever, as their habitat becomes increasingly threatened? The temperature at noon is still sweltering on the ground, and most animals are hiding in the shade. But the thirst cannot wait. Let's join Nature Moment in exploring the marvelous ocean world and cherishing every wonderful creature in the journey to protect nature. Sharks are not only skilled predators, but also animals that symbolize strength and pride in the depth of the ocean. Summer in Africa can put immense pressure on wildlife, forcing them to face dangers in search of water. However, even in the kingdom of sharks, the contrast between strength and beauty is evident. From the fierce sharks to the whale shark, the gentle giant of the ocean. The lush meadows across the river attract herds of zebras and antelopes, which begin to gather by the water's edge. According to the African Wildlife Conservation Organization, the success rate of Nile crocodiles in these chaotic river crossings reaches 70%. The whale shark, despite its massive size, plays a crucial role in the ecosystem as a natural balance keeper, by filtering water and controlling the population of plankton. Sharks have long been regarded as the most powerful predators of the ocean, with sharp teeth and highly developed senses. This demonstrates their hunting skills and adaptability in a harsh environment. They are masters in hunting. This is the moment that the crocodile has been waiting for. Some species, such as the great white shark, can grow up to 6 meters long and swim at speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, surpassing most fish in the survival race. The surface of the water erupted as the crocodile attacked with terrifying speed. Each individual whale shark takes decades to mature, but just one irresponsible action by humans could cause them to disappear forever. Let's come together to protect these gentle giants. For when the ocean is healthy, our planet will also be vibrant with life. We, the ones who share this planet with these marvelous creatures, need to ask ourselves, can we ensure that these stories will continue to exist? The answer is in our hands. Do you have an answer for yourself yet? A bioluminescent body, teeth sharp as blades, and chillingly sophisticated hunting strategies. All of this creates a world where only the strongest and most bizarre have the right to survive. This is the final battlefield of evolution, where silence is not peace, but a terrifying declaration from the rulers of the ocean depths. In the eternal darkness of the deep ocean, enormous shadows drift silently, as if they belong to another world. The giant manta ray, with its wingspan reaching 6 meters, glides through the dark waters, graceful and powerful, like the dark angels that dominate this place. Not a single ray of light could touch their smooth skin, and not a single movement was wasted. Only absolute silence. A beauty of perfect adaptation to the darkness. They stretched their fins like the wings of a giant bird, gently breaking the silence of the abyss, where gravity seemed to have no hold. Below, amid the rugged surface of the ocean floor, tiny crabs are engaged in an endless battle. They gathered into huge flocks, jostling each other in a desperate effort to find safety in numbers. But not everyone is fortunate. Those who are weak are left behind, becoming prey for the predators that patiently lurk. In just a few short days, the survivors will regenerate, their new shells becoming tougher, ready to face the next solitary journey, an endless journey where life and death are separated by only a heartbeat. Under extreme pressure and in absolute darkness, life still resiliently thrives. And if the mysteries of the deep ocean captivate you, join Nature Moment as we continue to explore the wondrous stories of the wild. Millions of years ago, 100,000 crabs faced the most fragile moment of their lives, a decisive moment in the vast and harsh ocean, where every decision and each battle for survival became a true miracle. Suddenly, a brilliant light appeared in the darkness. It was the presence of wondrous and foolish creatures, deep-sea jellyfish. Some species, such as the Atollia jellyfish, have a crown-like shape with tentacles that can reach lengths of up to 33 feet, extending out like glowing wires, creating deadly traps in the darkness. They have the ability to adjust their light not only to attract prey, but also to reflect attacks from predators. Deep-sea jellyfish use bioluminescence as a survival tool. The emitted light can serve as a warning to predators or as a strategic distraction. Some species of jellyfish, when attacked, can emit a bright light, temporarily disorienting the attacker before they disappear into the darkness. Their tentacle system, filled with toxic cells, is a deadly weapon. With just a light touch, these cells can instantly paralyze their prey, whether it's a large fish or a small underwater creature, leaving no one a chance to escape these lethal tentacles. Where fire and water meet, untold legends continue to exist. In the depths of the ocean, the living torches of the planet, underwater volcanoes, symbolize not only destruction, but also the emergence of new life. About 75% of the volcanoes on the Earth's surface are located underwater and are continuously active. When they erupt, molten magma meets cold water, creating spectacular scenes. Underwater volcanoes not only create underwater mountains, sometimes they rise to the surface, transforming into massive islands. Hawaii, a marvel of the ocean, is a vibrant legacy of volcanic eruptions from millions of years ago. The volcanoes in the Hawaii hotspot have erupted layers of magma, forming the distinctive chain of islands in this region. These volcanoes are still active, continuously breathing life into the ocean, creating new contours on the world map every day and expanding the boundaries of Hawaii. However, volcanoes do not just create land, they are also the cradle of some of the most mysterious forms of life on the planet. Near the underwater volcanoes, there are hydrothermal vents, structures that spew out hot water exceeding 400 degrees Celsius and are rich in minerals such as sulfur and iron, in conditions where life on the surface could not survive. In a place where extreme temperatures and tremendous pressure exist, a remarkable ecosystem has flourished, featuring unique species of crabs living around those hydrothermal vents. They have adapted to this harsh environment, developing a range of survival strategies to cope with unimaginable living conditions. Winds, shrimp, mollusks, and giant worms are examples of the marvelous creatures that thrive on chemical energy from hydrothermal sources, where there is no light and no plants. Here, life not only exists, but also thrives. Life in this area does not depend on sunlight, but on chemical energy. Autotrophic bacteria, known as chemolithotrophic bacteria, use energy from chemical reactions between hydrogen sulfide and oxygen to synthesize organic compounds. These bacteria are the foundation of the food chain, sustaining unique organisms that are found nowhere else on Earth. Even without sunlight or air, life can still thrive, even in the harshest environments. These magnificent ecosystems also remind us of the fragility of the deep ocean. Mining for mineral ores on the ocean floor is threatening to destroy valuable hydrothermal vents and the ecosystems they support. At the North Pole of the planet, where the ocean merges with ice, the Chukchi Sea is a world beyond imagination, with temperatures dropping below 0 degrees, darkness enveloping throughout the winter, and a layer of ice covering nearly the entire surface. This is one of the harshest environments on Earth, yet life continues to thrive, resilient and full of challenges. Winter in the Arctic Ocean is unlike anywhere else on Earth. For several months, the sun completely disappeared, giving way to eternal darkness. The cold wind blows through the thick ice as the temperature drops below 40 degrees, causing the sea ice to expand, blocking all routes and turning the ocean into an endless white desert. Even in this darkness, life goes on. In the waters surrounding the WB archipelago in Norway, beluga whales swim beneath the ice, using their distinctive calls to communicate in the darkness. Near Greenland, the ringed seals dig through the snow to find shelter and breed, facing the harsh cold. In the Bering Sea between Alaska and Russia, Arctic cod swim beneath the ice in search of food and to evade predators. Life in the Arctic demonstrates that living organisms can thrive even in the harshest and most challenging conditions. The polar bear, a supreme predator, survives thanks to its extraordinary ability to adapt. With its thick fur and insulating layer of fat, it withstands the harsh cold and travels dozens of miles across the ice in search of food. The polar bear plays an important role in the Arctic ecosystem, symbolizing strength and survival in a challenging world. Seals are the primary targets for polar bears. Just a moment of distraction, and a polar bear can launch a powerful attack with its claws, turning a seal into a feast during the harsh winter in the Arctic. However, winter is also one of the most challenging times for these predators. The ice has become thick, and seals rarely appear, forcing polar bears to rely on the fat reserves they accumulated throughout the summer to survive. Weak and emaciated bears often cannot survive the long, cold winter. The darkness of the Arctic seems to swallow everything around it, leaving only the thick ice that resonates with mysterious and melodic sound. That is the call of the white whales, the mysterious travelers of the frigid regions. These small whales are about 4 meters long and weigh up to 1,600 kilograms. They are among the few creatures capable of adapting to the harsh conditions of the Arctic. But the white whales not only survive, they are also skilled at exploring the darkness. Thanks to their distinctive calls and sound-based navigation, beluga whales can orient themselves and identify everything around them in the cold, dark night. Every movement, every sound that resonates, carries a message, serving as a guide for the team members. They move in groups, sometimes reaching up to 100 individuals, creating a vibrant fortress in the icy ocean. Prey, such as small fish and crustaceans, hide beneath the thick layer of ice. But for the beluga whale, nothing is impossible. The white layer of their skin acts as a perfect shield, helping them camouflage against the most dangerous predator, the orca whale. The white whales are a magnificent chapter in the epic tale of the Arctic region. As winter passes, the ice melts away, and winter becomes just a memory. The Arctic region is once again illuminated by the brilliant sunlight for 24 hours, dispelling the endless darkness. In the Arctic, this bird typically nests on muddy shorelines or on drifting ice, taking advantage of the brief summer to breed and raise the next generation. Not only the Arctic tern participates in this summer gathering, but there are also other bird species such as the snow goose and the eider duck joining in. The diversity of bird species in the summer not only adds beauty to the sky, but also creates a rich ecosystem that provides food for many other animal species. The abundance of food also attracts top predators, such as killer whales, also known as orcas, to dominate the Arctic waters. They strategically distribute themselves, scouring the oceans in search of icebergs. Orcas are highly intelligent predators with the ability to coordinate as a group to effectively overpower their prey. They often eliminate the foxes by launching direct attacks on the ice. When a seal, the primary target, is lying on the ice, a team member will alert the family with a call. Although the ice floe may seem like a safe platform for orca whales, it is merely a temporary stage for their hunting performances. When the seal entered the water, its final safety net was not enough to save it. Summer in the Arctic lasts only a few weeks, and the sun never sets, making every second precious for the animals that are hurriedly reproducing, foraging for food, and storing energy to prepare for the harsh winter ahead. Even amidst this explosion of life, the Arctic remains a place fraught with danger, not only as the end of the world, but also as the origin of captivating stories and relentless struggles for survival. When the ice melts, they are forced to travel farther, expending more energy to find food. Weaker bears, or those unable to find food, are at risk of starving or may venture closer to populated areas, leading to dangerous conflict. If the melting continues, more than 1/3 of the polar bear population could disappear by 2050. The seahorse, with its large body and sharp teeth, also struggles to adapt. They need icebergs to rest on after diving deep in search of food. When the ice melts, walruses are forced to gather on crowded beaches where space and resources are insufficient for everyone. This overcrowding can lead to disasters, especially for the young ones, as they are very vulnerable in this fierce competition. When the ice melts, the deep ocean absorbs more heat, contributing to global warming. This phenomenon, known as the albedo effect, creates a dangerous feedback loop that causes the Arctic to warm 4 times faster than the global average. When the Arctic ice melts, fresh water from the ocean ice mixes with seawater, creating new currents. These currents not only carry the message of ice disappearance, but also affect distant islands thousands of miles away. Climate change is not just an issue for the Arctic regions. Rising sea levels, along with chaotic currents, have disrupted the delicate balance between the ocean and the land. It is precisely at the intersection of these two worlds that we can observe more clearly the essential connection and mutual dependence between them. Come to the Galapagos and the Great Barrier Reef to understand how these islands serve as essential bridges between two worlds, and how they play a crucial role in protecting life across the planet. Located in the Pacific Ocean, more than 1,000 kilometers away from the mainland, the Galapagos Islands are a kingdom of masters of adaptation. This is the habitat of many unique animal species, showcasing how nature evolves and adapts to harsh environments. The lessons from the Galapagos can provide valuable insights into how we can protect and preserve biodiversity in the context of global climate change. It is not only the place where Darwin found inspiration for his theory of evolution, but also a stage for creatures to showcase their extraordinary adaptations to a challenging environment. The marine iguana is a unique reptile in the world that has the ability to swim. They have learned how to survive among the waves of the ocean and the scorching volcanic rocks. These animals dive as deep as 9 meters to eat algae that cling to rocks, and then they return to land to bask in the sun and regulate their body temperature. The Galapagos Islands are not only home to iguanas, but also serve as a habitat for species such as the Galapagos penguin, giant tortoises, and the unique sea lions of the region. Leaving the Galapagos, we arrive at another wonder, the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. With a length of over 2,300 kilometers, this is the largest coral ecosystem in the world, home to more than 1,500 species of fish, 400 types of coral, and thousands of other marine organisms. This reef is not only an underwater home, but also an essential connection between the ocean and the land. The small islands scattered throughout the coral reef serve as shelters for seagulls, sea turtles, and many rare species. Islands are not just stopping points. They are meeting places between two ecosystems. Many migratory bird species carry nutrients from the ocean to the land through their droppings, helping plants to grow better. On the contrary, the sea also sustains the islands, providing sediments, fish, and energy. The white sandy beaches and colorful coral reefs are the result of millions of years of interaction between the sea and the land. However, these bridges are not invulnerable. Climate change, pollution, and overexploitation are threatening the natural balance. The Great Barrier Reef is also facing coral bleaching, with 50% of its area lost in the past 30 years. Although the islands are very resilient, they remain vulnerable to the impacts of human activity. Here, our responsibility becomes clearer than ever. Nature has gifted us the ocean as a treasure, a gift that sustains us, allowing us to breathe, eat, and admire its magnificent beauty. But are we taking care of this gift, or letting it fade away? This is not just a story about nature, but also about humanity and how we live in harmony with the natural world. We have been tasked with protecting and preserving the valuable things we possess. Let's look out to the ocean, where the answers to our existence and our responsibilities in Brazil are kept. In the waters of Bahia, we tell the story of the resurrection of the humpback whales. 2 decades ago, the melodic songs of humpback whales echoed throughout the waters of Bahia, but they have nearly fallen silent. Hunting for oil extraction has brought them to the brink of extinction. But it is right here that one of the most successful conservation projects in the world was launched, the Baleia Jubarte project. Formed through the collaboration of the government, scientists, and the local community, this project has transformed the waters of Bahia into a vast marine sanctuary. Human beings have the immense power to shape the future of nature. In 2020, the number of humpback whales in Brazil recorded a significant recovery, with an estimated population of over 20,000 individuals. This recovery is clear evidence that when we act together for nature, the results can far exceed expectation. The Bible teaches that God has appointed humanity as stewards of this world to care for and protect it. When we protect the oceans, we are not only safeguarding the ecosystem, but also fulfilling a sacred duty, taking care of the gift that God has bestowed upon us. Choose a cloth bag instead of a plastic one, avoid using single-use straws, and always recycle when possible. These small actions contribute to raising awareness about environmental protection and promoting sustainable habits within the community. Let us celebrate life on this planet through our actions today. We are not only protecting the oceans, but also preserving a sacred part of humanity. Let's turn commitment into action so that the ocean not only exists, but also thrives vigorously. Every share and every thought of yours contributes to spreading the message of protecting nature. Please leave a comment below and let's create a wave of positive change together. This planet is a priceless treasure with a rich ecosystem and spectacular natural wonders. We have a responsibility to protect it for future generations. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the exciting journeys coming up. Let's join Nature Moment in exploring the mysteries of the natural world, from the icy landscapes of Alaska to the vast prairies and the dramatic wildlife of Africa. See you again on the next wonderful adventures.